Hello, Lucky 13 tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Thracia 776 with me, BlueAnkylo, where we've only spent an hour, well, not quite an hour, but we spent some time prepping for the next chapter. And let's go talk about it once we get through the story. The Walled City. Leading his men out of the bandit-infested Dacia forest, Leaf found a most welcome sight awaiting him and his liberation army. The walled city of Tara, its shape tall and imposing, stood before them on the horizon, under the leadership of Duchess Lenoan, daughter of the late Duke of Tara. The free city had rebelled against the Empire, refusing to be complicit in their many crimes. This rebellion had not gone unpunished. The city had already been under siege by the Imperial Army led by Colonel Paulus for some time. Already in dire straits, before the Empire's attack had even begun, Tara would now find it exceptionally difficult to recover. Initially, the city-state had brokered its freedom by agreeing to not interfere with the Grand Vale Empire's conquest of northern Thracia. In exchange, Tara had been allowed to keep its autonomy, but even at the time, the city's freedom was thought to be as precarious and fleeting as a candle flickering in the wind. Look at that lovely city there on a hill. So, like last time, I have done some battle preps in between. So here they are, battle preps done. And that'll save the future tubers an hour of work. Now, there's not a whole lot of characters to deploy on this map. It's kind of a list, a small deployment. We got essentially, 8 counting Leaf. So I'm bringing Selfina, who doesn't really count because I don't want to use her, but we need her for a conversation to get an item. So that's kind of a -1. And then everyone else I'm bringing is mounted, basically, just to move quickly. It's kind of a nice open map, so I figured cavalry would work. And I did decide a couple things off camera. We're gonna finally use the leg ring on Karen. I could have used it a long time ago, but I wanted to make sure she turned out all right. And I did some investigating, like how many flyers are in the game. There's actually 4 flyers total. 1 Pegasus Rider, 1 Pegasus Knight, 1 Dragon Rider, and 1 Dragon Knight, whatever the classes are called. So there's a pre-promoted Pegasus, a pre-promoted Dragon Rider, and one of each, basically. 1 unpromoted as well. Now, we're getting pretty close to the Dragon Rider Dragon Knight combo, so they're pretty good. But the Pegasus Knight we might not ever even get. So really, there's only like 3 flyers that you can definitely count on, which is a little bit fewer than I was expecting, given this game has a very large roster of units, actually. So I sort of figured, like, Karen, she's got some good stats, she's had some good growth rates, so I'm definitely going to keep her around at this point, even though her lance rank still is a little left to be desired. But, she'll get it to B and then eventually A. Well, she probably gets +1 on promotion, so if we can get it to B rank and then promote her, she'll have A immediately, so she should be fine. Other than that, +2 movement's pretty good, so sure. And I've distributed the scrolls again. She could also really use some constitution, so we'll see if she gets lucky there. Nana will be our mounted healer. Nothing super special that time around. Finn's kind of our big gun with the most damage and speed. His stats are crazy anyway. He's been real good for us. I'm gonna try to use Olwen a little bit. This will be our first time really using Olwen properly. Her stats are a little bit on the low end, but I've given her 2 scrolls to help boost up her magic and speed, as well as a magic ring. So that should catch her up a little bit, given that she's already a pre-promote. She's not going to get a lot of experience. I've also decided, because she can use wind magic, I'm going to let her priority be Thunder to get A-rank Thunder. But she can also use wind, so that seems like a really good backup for... because her speed's a little bit slow, if she needs to do a double attack, wind should be easier than Thunder, which weighs more, given that your constitution does not help for magic. So that's Olwen. I want to bring Callion again because I'd love to get this guy promoted, and he's getting pretty close to level 20, so we're going to keep bringing him. Very nearly B rank in lances, so Callion looks good. I'm going to bring Fergus. His stats are not as impressive, but he does have that 5 times crit multiplier, and he's not done yet, so we're going to keep him around. Strength and defense are certainly not top-notch. Speed's a little low, but we'll see how he does. And then, like I said, we already got Selfina. So that's like all of the characters. I'm not bringing Laura, but, you know, dancers are good. We're going to bring Laura once we've got a map where she's not going to get sniped by Ballista. And, you know, there's just a lot of characters. It's hard to pick who I want to bring, honestly. One thing I want to do before we get too far into this episode is I want to do a little bit of a character recap, because I think I missed a couple. If I already did Olwen and Robert, I apologize, but I don't think I talked about them. So let me just flip over to my growth rates for Olwen here, and we'll just have a little recap on how she works. So Olwen is our probably one and only Mage Knight, so mounted magic on a game with Super Kanto seems really good. She does start pre-promoted, which is a little bit of a disservice. That's not great, but like her stats are kind of okay for now. You know, 10 magic, 10 speeds, it's okay. So her big things are, if we look at her growth rates, she's got a 50% HP, which is pretty good for a mage. 40% strength, which is really high for a mage. She can use swords, so she's likely to get some strength over time, just not a ton. And then constitution will help her to wield lighter swords at least. But I don't know if I'll ever even give her a sword, so, you know, whoop-de-woo, right? She's got 45 magic growth, which is really good. 45 magic is better than Asbel. Asbel only has 35%. So, well, she's almost got as much as Ronan, who's got 55% magic growth. But you get the idea that Olwen actually has good magic growth, even though she's pre-promoted. She doesn't have as many levels to gain, but it starts off at 45%, so good. She's got 55% skill, which is very high, I would say, or at least high. 50% speed growth, also on the high end. 70% luck, which is about as high as you ever get. And then 15 luck, 10 build, and 1 movement. So the main takeaways are her growths are solid. She just doesn't have as many levels to gain left. So if she's got some scrolls on, we can definitely get her magic. Like those 2 scrolls, that's plus 40% magic growth. So that's actually 85% magic growth, according to the wiki right now. That's a lot. Her speed is also plus 30%, so 50 plus 30 is 80. So she's got nearly guaranteed plus 1 magic, plus 1 speed every level up. And she'll only need a few of those to catch right up with, like, Seti and all the other spellcasters. So I decided I want to use her, and, you know, like I said, mounted, 8 movement with a movement star, can cast and then canto away. She can use wind magic and thunder magic. She's got a personal tome that's really good. Like, you know, we don't have to argue. She's going to be good, right? She's just a pre-promote. That's the only downside. Next up, we'll talk Robert, because he joined the same... Not Robert. Fred. Where's Alfred? Where are you, friend? So he joined at the same time, also pre-promote. I don't think this guy is guaranteed a spot on the team the way Olwen was. So Alfred here, what can we say about Alfred? Paladin, pre-promote. His stats are probably worse than most of our, you know, Cavaliers that are level, you know, 15 or so unpromoted. But let's just have a quick look at his growths. So Robert has not Robert. He's just right next to him on the growth rate chart. Fred's got 75% HP, which is pretty good. 60% strength, which is really good. 15 magic, 40 skill, 35 speed, 25 luck, 35 defense, 25 build, and 1 movement. So his build growth is actually quite high. He's a very high con character. His defense is one of the higher stats too, actually. Although his starting defense is only 8, 35% is about as high as it gets in Thracia for vanilla growth on defense. I think only Marty at 40% is any higher. So he's got very high defense growth for Thracia. His luck growth is bad. His speed growth is bad, or at least averagely bad. His skill growth is average, I would say. But his strength is 60%, so he's likely to get pretty strong and defensy. Kind of a tank, but again, as with Olwen, he's a pre-promote, so not as many levels to actually gain these. He seems fine, but I don't think I want to use him, because I got lots of cav that I want to use. Also, he only has a critical multiplier of 1, which is a big penalty for him in my books. If he had like an FCM of like 3 or 2 or 3, he'd probably be a better candidate, or any kind of personal skill. But, you know, he does join with A-rank swords, so he can use any weapon, any sword, and he's fine. But yeah, he's not on the top of my list at the moment. Then we've got the characters from last map. So we just had Salem join, Dark Mage. So we definitely didn't talk about this guy. He can learn any of the elemental magic, anima. That includes wind. So wind is tricky because there's no E rank wind tome, which is kind of weird. There's an E rank fire and thunder tome, but no E rank wind. So anyway, the good news is starting with D rank in wind, he can use the good magic if you want. And he's our first and perhaps only character that can use dark magic. So hey, if you want to learn some dark magic, he's your guy. We might be able to steal some of those tomes from enemy dark mages. There should be plenty of them. And then, of course, he starts with C rank and staves, which is pretty good. So, magic diversity, very strong. Stats, pretty low, but, you know, he's only level 5. Let's have a quick look at his growths. And then we'll decide. Well, I mean, I'm going to probably use him sometimes anyway. Mages are pretty strong. But we've got a few mages to choose from right now. And staff bots to choose from. So, let's see. Salem, where are you? On my list. There he is. Salem. So 60% HP growth, very high for a mage. 5% strength, doesn't matter. 30% magic, definitely on the low end. This guy might be a good target for that magic ring. Like, I'm tossing the magic ring on Olwen right now. But if you're going to use staves, high magic means you can use sleep or silence on higher target magic enemies. So someone like Salem, if you want to use him as like a sleep staff bot, like he's described as, boosting up his magic, which is not going to grow very quickly on its own, might be something to do. Or just when we train him up, we make sure we give him the scrolls that give him plus 10 or 30% magic growth, because 30 is pretty low. Anyway, continuing on, 45 skill growth, 40 speed growth, 10 luck, 15 defense, 15 build, and 2 movement. So basically, his growths are actually kind of poor. I would say overall, Salem's growth rates are kind of bad. His HP is kind of good, but everything else is kind of garbage. So, the main perk here, good magic diversity, staff rank, bad FCM, and general stats and growth. So probably, I should probably think of him more as a healer, staff user that can also use magic, rather than a primary combat mage, the way I'm thinking about like Asvel and Olwen, who are more combat oriented. Next up, Pan, our second thief, a pre-promoted rogue, or thief fighter in the original. Pan is crazy powerful, actually. Although he doesn't have quite as high strength as our main fighters, 7 strength is not super high, he does have a 5 times crit multiplier and pretty good speed and some skill at least. So he's probably a better combat unit than Lithis at the moment anyway. Maybe Lithis will get there after promotion, but for now, Pan has got the stats and the FCM. Because of the Constitution, he's a slightly better stealer of heavy weapons than Lithis, but he does need some con growth to get, the good stuff, the heavy stuff. He does come with Soul, which is a pretty good skill. Again, he's not a super good fighter, but Vantage and Soul seem like a decent. But like the main thing there is the 5 Vigor, 5 Movement Star, so he's got a 25% chance to get 2 actions, and a 5 crit multiplier, and good movement and stuff. So he's definitely, if I need I would rather have Lithis and Pan for thieves than Lithis and Laura by any shot. Like, it's not even close. I guess I should look at his growths quick, but it shouldn't matter too much at this point. Quick look at Pan. Let's see here. Pawn. So 65 HP, 40 strength is pretty good for a thief, honestly. 10 magic, doesn't matter. 45 skills, decent. 65 speed is really high. That's one of the highest speed growths for sure. 70 luck is about as high as luck goes. And then 25 defense, 10 build, and 2 movement. So 25 defense is pretty good for a thief. Actually, for Thracia, his growths are pretty solid, honestly. For a thief and for 3-tier growths. He's just, again, like Robert I always say Robert. Like Alfred and Olwen, he's kind of a pre-promote with good growths, which is kind of unusual for Fire Emblem, I would say. Anyway, good. We've got 2 more to review. So Tina, this is pretty easy. Tina is Safi's younger sister, so I would expect very similar kind of bases, except 5 movement stars. So another staff bot that only starts with E rank staves in the mid game, so she's gonna take some training to use anything really good. But with 5 vigor, that's pretty cool. Obviously, her stats are garbage right now. Let me just pull up her growths. Not much to talk about for an E rank stave. You could probably just skip her. But staffs are useful in this game. So growth rates, 40 HP, pretty low. 3 strength, basically nothing. 50 magic, solid. If you grind her to level 20, she's got a good chance to have, let's say, plus 10, so about 13 magic by promotion, and then a couple points for promotion, and, you know, she's got a reasonable chance to cap her magic on her own. 25 skill growth sucks, so she's going to miss a lot of heals. Or, yay, she's going to miss a lot of heals if you're trying to train up your staff, but, yeah. Her accuracy is going to kind of suck for a while. 65 speed is pretty high, so that's cool. 90 luck is literally the highest luck I've seen in this game ever, so she's certainly going to cap that. And then 5 defense, 5 build, 5 movements is one of the higher movement growths as well. Not that it's much higher than 3%, but she does have probably the best chance of getting bonus movement on level up. So, with 5 starting movement, like, you know, priests and priestesses have low movement. They're like, you know, armored knight style movement. She could certainly get +1, +2 movement over the course of leveling. With 5% growth, if you went to level 20, on average, she should actually get 2 movement ups. But, you know, it's still very random. But yeah, I'm not super excited about her, really. More backup for a backup for a backup, you know. If I really need someone who can try to heal, then we've got her, but, you know, not a very big priority. And then finally, last but not least, we have Trude, who's got a personal skill of Nihil, which cancels enemy skills, which means enemies with, let's see, charge or a cost, you know, the extra round of combat we could ignore, maybe sword skills like Astra, Soul, all that kind of stuff. I guess it would negate Vantage, so some enemies that get first strike can be a real pain. He could ignore that. You know, it's got some value, but most of the time it doesn't do much. He does have 1 movement star, and B rank swords is pretty good. But, you know, I've got a lot of Myrmidons right now. We've got, what are their names? I've got 3, right? I've got, hold on, what's everybody's names? There's just too many names here. Maka, who's really good, like super, super good. We've got Marita, who's a little bit weaker than Trude, but she's got a personal sword, and I probably like Luna more than Nihil. Plus, she can get Nihil from her sword anyway. And her growth rates are probably going to be better. So, I've got, you know, those 2. And Shiva, who also has really good stats already. So, and probably a skill that I like more than Nihil. So with 3 sword wielder foot units already, I'm gonna have a hard time bringing Trude. But, you know, if you don't like those other 3, he's probably fair. Let's have a quick look at his growths, and then we'll move on. Trude, where are you? He probably had a different name in the translation I'm looking at. Trude with a W. So, well, he's got a 90% HP growth, so if you want someone to get a lot of HP, this is your guy. That's kind of crazy. That means, if you put on some HP scrolls, he could theoretically get +2 HP on a single level up. That's great. 35% strength. I should probably put him to his stats here. So, 35 strength growth is a little on the low end, but not too bad. Starting with 8 at level 8 means, you know, by level, if we got him to 20, that's probably +4 strength, so 12 strength at level 20 is a little on the low end, but it would work. 5 magic growth, 45 skill growth, not great for Myrmidon, to be fair. 35 speed is pretty bad, but he's already so high, he'll probably still cap his speed low promotion levels. Probably. 60 luck is good. He's got very bad starting luck, so he'll regain some luck. And then 30 defense and 20 build. So he's really more of a tanky Myrmidon. I assume he turns into a hero rather than a swordmaster, actually. Just based on his stats, nothing else. But yeah, he's got a lot of HP and a lot of defense and a lot of not much else. like, offensively, not super high, but defensively a little bit higher. And as you can see, only a 1 FCM, so not the best crit multiplier when we have people with better. Marita's got a 5, which is exceptional. Shiva's got a 4, which is great. And Maka's got a 3, which is definitely better than 1. So, yeah. Anyway, that's our character review. There will be more people joining up, but hey, I gotta try to keep you guys and myself appraised of who's good and who's getting benched. Sorry, Tina, you got benched. Anyway, with that said, let's get this started. I guess I should make a up-to-date save here. And let's dive in to Chapter 13. There's probably some dialogue at the beginning. I got a feeling. How's our situation here, General Least? Great. We have the city surrounded, Colonel Paulus. I formally request that we begin our assault. Oh, why the hurry? Baldak and the 8th Division should be here shortly. There's no need to overextend ourselves. We'd only be wasting good soldiers. The General Leo of FE5. I see. As you wish, Colonel. Too bad we'll have to kill him. I'll be damned if I just sit on my hands and let Baldak rob me of the glory. All Imperial forces. Alright, the Kefka of the army. Begin the assault. Try to retreat and I'll kill you myself. Go, go, go. Great. The Empire's finally making their move. What's the plan, Glade? The reality is that we can't match the strength of their army. All we can do is postpone the inevitable. I could take to the sky and scatter the front line. I reckon that could buy you some time, but, Ballista. Don't. You won't make it far. You're easy pickings for their Ballista. A Draco Knight's entire way of fighting is to swoop, strike, and fly away. All in one swift move. That's how you stay alive, Ida. Impatience will get you killed. All due respect, brother, but this isn't the place for a lecture. Time is not on our side. For the time being, I'll dispatch my cadre of knights to the fields. But will your small band of knights be enough to stem the tide, Glade? Our sellswords have long since fled. Your men will have to do it alone. We must call upon Prince Shannon. The blood of the Crusader Odd, the sword of Saint himself, runs strong in his veins. I mean, Shannon was pretty tough. I'll give you that. My knights could never match his might on the battlefield. Would that I knew why he refuses to help us. That pompous little dastard. He doesn't give a damn about the common folk. Our battles don't concern him. I just don't understand him. So he means to keep womanizing while the people of Tara fight for their lives. Damn philanderer, he won't be any help. We must fight the inevitable on our own. Don't put yourself, Glade. The Empire's just getting started. However, this ends. We got a long way to go. Yeah, I know. Hey, look, there's 5 knights and a guy with a name. My prince, take a gander just over those mountains. The road has been long, but I may present the city of Tara. How is this? The Empire's already begun their assault. To arms, then. Let's take 1/5 of our army and charge. How many army do we have? Like, we must have like 30 people by now. Let's bring 6 of them. Tell our forces to charge to Tara. We can't abandon the people. That will not do, my prince. The main body of our army has only just now cleared the forest. Yes, we're slow, so you can only take 6. Or 7 or whatever. That's to say nothing of the enemy's ballista. Any of our forces that made for Tara's defense would now face more than their share of danger. Yes, I'm aware of the risks, but if we stand here and allow Tara to be raised, our war will be lost before it's begun. Are you in agreement, Augustus? I am. If we do nothing to defend Tara, we lose support of the people. Their belief in us will return to contempt. Our army is still young and vulnerable. Without popular support, we have nothing, and our cause will fade into history forgotten. I mean, if we all die, we'll also fade into history forgotten, but let's not mention that. Okay, so, there's a couple things tricky about this map. Ballista, obviously, number 1. Number 2 is, yeah, we have to defend this castle. If it gets occupied, we're dead. Glade seems pretty tough to start with. 10 defense. If he just stays here with his plus 10 gate, that's 20 defense. He's probably fine for a fairly long time, but I can't trust the AI to be smart. So there's that. I expect all of his knights will die soon. Steel Bow, Bow Knights, only level 5, terrible stats. Iron Lance, Lance Knight with terrible stats. Yeah, I won't expect them to live very long. You know, they are out of range of the ballistas, so if they just made a nice little choke point and kept the archers in the back, maybe they'd be okay for a little while. Oh, I can just control them. Well, sure. Who would have guessed that little old Leaf coming out of nowhere, they can't even see him yet. At the moment, we're behind a mountain, but Glade gives Leaf control of his units. Nice. Alright, I guess they are blue rather than green, so that's good. Okay, well, I mean, that changes things a little bit. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is we're going to start with our guys up here on the right. I need to get moving quick. There are going to be more reinforcements from behind those archers and eventually reinforcements from up here. We have a boss down here with a killer lance to deal with and a mage over here with bolting. And we do need to visit this town, which can only be visited by Karen, I think. I don't know if anyone can cross the river that we have, but probably not. So I think you need a flyer to go visit that village. If you want some items. Alright. Well, I'll talk about Frege and whatever my strategy over there is in a minute. First strategy is to clear out this ballista, and sadly, Finn cannot quite make it all the way there on turn 1. So I'm going to put him in the forest and equip a javelin. And we'll see how this works. But this puts him in range of these guys. They shouldn't be too much trouble. And then the way we're going to deal with this is hopefully Finn will move up and kill well, I mean, I don't know if he'll one-round it, but maybe he'll one-round it. But what I need is Karen to deal with this one, because no one else can even attack it. Because no one has 3 range, so that's kind of one of the main reasons I gave her the leg ring is I don't have a solution to ballista that we can't hit, and I don't want to wait 10 rounds while it pummels us from range. So here we go. +2 movement. You can still canto after that. That's nice, but anyway, that means next round, although we could attack directly up with her, she would be in range of that one, so not safe. Also, these guys will one-shot her easily with the ×3 damage to flyers, or whatever the number is, ×2, ×3, whatever. It doesn't matter, she'd get one shot easily. Okay, I want to keep Olwen out of range for this turn. I'm really hoping Finn can kill this one in a single shot. I should maybe have done some math. 23 attack with no penalty. So he's got 20 speed, 23 damage. Yeah, he should be fine. I mean, he could miss, but he doesn't quite one-shot it, but 2 shots would kill it. Okay, and then I want get mounted up down here. Selfina kind of stays in the back because her job is to go talk to Glade, and Leaf's job is to go seize the castle more than anything. So, you know, we'll see if this works. This could be all a disaster, and we'll have to restart anyway. We'll find out soon enough. And then over here, well, okay, I forgot that I had to control all this stuff. Let's think about this. I wonder how easy it is to manipulate the AI. If they're focused on targeting Glade or trying to capture the gate. We could leave a path to the gate kind of from this side. Like if we choke point here, but don't stand on the gate. You know, we could leave a path like this to the gate. And then instead of charging at us, they might go around the other way just to walk. 'Cause sometimes the AI is really dumb. For now, this is a better choke point anyway, because now they can't flank us. And we're still at a range of the ballista. Yeah. Okay, but if I want them to have an open path to the tile, I'm not sure if that'll even work, but we'll have to move a couple people out of the way. There's not a lot of room to maneuver, clearly. Well, how much damage do these guys do? 19? Glade might be able to help, you know, waste their ammo for a little while, but... he doesn't have any vulneraries or anything is kind of the trouble. That's my worry. Probably want to avoid damage as long as I can. Well, let's, we can always move them back after this if I need to. Let's just move them here for now. And see if they're dumb enough to walk this way. I don't know if these guys will charge. In fact, I'm pretty sure they won't. So it's really just this big army down here. And if they go the long way around, that should buy us a little bit more time for whatever I do on this side. We'll find out. I don't know how the AI works well enough in this game. Obviously, they don't have... They didn't go straight at us, anyway. They kind of went to the side. Doesn't tell me too much yet, but alright. So 14% on Finn. Not a huge surprise there that misses. What I will do is speed up some of this. It's a lot of enemy movement. Oh, they're not attacking us. They're charging over. Okay, that changes the plan a little bit, but not much. Just for interest's sake, how much damage could we do here? 8 damage. So if she used like a... if I gave her a steel lance... No, this'll do. That's 22 damage at 99%. So don't even need a crit. So 7 defense. Does the other... I should have checked this too. Does this guy have 7 defense? 8 defense. Dang it! She can't one round that one. Well, I think we need to kill this guy right now, one way or the other. So this is where we start. We actually got more experience for dodging than I think attacking on that one. Okay, so that opens up a fair bit of room. Does anyone happen to have a better lance we could borrow? Yeah, we have a steel lance on Callion. So what I'll do is... I want to move Karen to here. Did the audio just bug out? I think I heard it. Thanks, Windows 10. You're the best. I should have cleaned it up again. Just had to go smack Windows in the side a couple times. Bad Windows. Hold on, just get my spot right. We're gonna fly up to this tile, because that'll be out of range. It will not be out of range. No, no, no. So we're gonna fly up to... this tile. Yeah. And then we're gonna trade over my steel lance. That should do enough damage to one round a ballistician. She can just hold on to that, that's fine. Now there assumedly will be more reinforcements coming. I wonder if I can block, you know, this whole path in or something. Okay, cool. Nana gives us charm bonuses, which help a little bit on the defense. And Selfina is mostly staying out of the way, as is with Leaf. Okay, well that's our vanguard, all the flyers. On this side, well, I guess we're just going to find out what happens here. Is my deployment going to work or not? I am fairly sure that if we throw Glade onto this, he'll be able to hold out for quite a while. I could give him one of these lances. Because, like, the problem I see is if I throw him onto the castle, his silver lance will eventually break. And if I trade it over, like, all these iron lances, that will last a lot longer. And with the plus 10 defense, could anyone do more than 20 damage? Probably not. So, like, he could just hold out there as long as you need. Well, okay. The battle axes do 1, and they have some crit chance. Some. That might be the most dangerous thing is battle axes. And then all these archers coming in with 13 damage. Well, it's a backup plan. We'll see what happens. For now, let's just spend one more turn as we are. Yeah, more reinforcements. Alright, well, they are going to attack us at the choke point at the very least. So, these guys are just going to die very quickly. There's no way, like, he's probably dead next turn. He might even die right now to an archer. So my choke point plan is going to fail because these guys suck. Yeah, those guys are super dead. Should probably be skipping some of these. 1%. Not today, Thracia, not today. Okay, well that at least blocks up with the javelin rather than a archer, which is more accurate. Well, they survived the first, or whatever, the first round of combat, they survived. And the rest of the army is sort of splitting up. Whether that helps us at all, I don't know. Oh! One of them decided to attack. For like 1 damage. Did Finn have too much defense, so they just ignored him? Because it looks like they will attack us. Maybe if they can do some damage. Which is good. I didn't really want them to fly off and attack the castle anyway, so... Fergus is a great target because he gets double experience and they can barely do any damage, right? So yeah, actually Fergus there is perfect. Look at all this XP he's getting. Come on, buddy. HP magic. Oh, not a good level up, Fergus. I gotta see some strength. Alright, so if I can take this one out and also protect Karen, yeah, she'll be fine. This one can't hit her, and then we just have to deal with... Actually, if I fly to this tile, she'll be safe. Which I can definitely do. Let's see if I can kill all these... Well, there'll be more over here, too. How much movement do these guys get? 8. So, I forget the exact tile, but I think about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Theoretically, we could stand here. Assuming we can kill everyone. More importantly, if we can kind of block the road. Okay, let's see how Olwen does. She's my new combat unit. 15 damage times 2 looks real good. And that's not even using wind magic. Not much XP though, alright. But she does need to get that A rank thunder, so good. Alright, who's next? Callion, maybe? Oh yeah, these guys are gonna fall apart. We'll do the 2 15s with a short bow. Yeah. Or the short bow, whatever. The short sword bow. Totally different. Okay, next up. It would be nice if Finn could start rushing over to the left already to save some time. We'll need Nana to get a kill for that to work. I don't think I want to use the Paragon Sword here. This is just enough attack speed. And also 99% crits, or 99% hit. And a flashy sword crit. Yeah, we can probably let Nana finish one off. Maybe not. How about Leaf? Well, what we could do is have Finn kill and then just Kanto over, because he's not going to be able to, like, he can get the experience at the very least. Yeah. He's already pre-promote, but it's better than just throwing it away on Leaf. I say pre-promote, you know what I mean. He's already promoted. We're not worried about anything over here. They don't even move. What do these guys have? Just javelins. Yeah, they're just roadblocks. Nothing to really worry about. Alright, and then if we deal with this one, then there's your 13 times 2. Please don't miss. Then we have far fewer ballista to deal with. Alright, well I would say our opening is working, for our attack at least. This lets Nana move further. We could heal, but yeah, 1 doesn't matter. If you are foolish enough to come back... No, you can't even hit Nana. I'm like, if you wanted to attack Nana, you would be committing suicide there. Now, there will be reinforcements, so I want to keep Selfina probably out of their range. I don't know if I trust her defense. Non-existent defense. Okay, so what do we do over here? This is more the trouble spot. Honestly, I think we just have to accept that these guys are all going to die very soon. I don't think they can hold the choke point. Would they be more useful if I traded their weapon away and then dismounted them so they could get captured? Would that be more helpful than what they're currently doing? Which is dying next turn? Because we could probably do that. And then at least someone has to carry him. I don't know. I mean, like, what else am I going to do? They're completely useless in combat. At least this way he'll get captured, and that will kind of nerf one of these armored axes. Half his... He doesn't have a lot of stats, but, you know, half. Yeah. I can't trade and dismount. I don't want to lose the lances if I can avoid it, because, you know, they're my lances. Here, some very helpful attack from one of our random archers. Yeah! Like, they're never going to kill any of these guys, so... so bad. Alright, dismount and wait. And, yeah, let's take another 2 points of damage. I might end up doing the same thing with the archers. Just give all the weapons to, whatever his name is, Glade. And then at least we're getting something out of this. Okay, well, I mean, who knows? This might be the wrong idea. Actually, I should have put the cav guy up blocking... I should have moved him over between the archers, probably, because once they get captured, they'll just move right up there. And then they'll smack my archers. Well, it doesn't change much, does it? They're still blocked in pretty good at the moment, so... Now, they're not taking the side route anymore, like I'd sort of tried, but... The truth is, I don't think we could have hold the line another round anyway, because my front two Lance guys were already half dead, so they would have just been killed the next turn. The choke point would have crumbled instantly, whether I let them be captured or not. At least this way, Glade gets a Lance. Here we go. I don't think we can get this bow over there. I wonder if these guys will even fight me. They still do 12 damage. Wow, they still two-shot these guys, even when they're carrying something. Those Battle Axe guys are just too strong for these Lance guys by a large margin. It just doesn't even matter. Just let them capture at least. I'll try to get this Lance up to, well, no, we can just do it right now. There we go. There. You want these guys, you gotta carry them. They're not gonna die, don't worry, they'll be fine. Okay, well, we'll be entering Ballista Zone again. Can we just burst through here? 17 is tons of damage. 12 times 2 is enough damage. Finn's looking pretty good, you know. Gotta say. Getting him up to level 20 seems like a pretty good deal. Don't know if Nan or Karen can do it, but find out here. Not quite. She's not very far off. No one else is going to be in range this turn. Well, she might get a crit, right? Maybe. Yeah, good enough. She'll take maybe 3 damage, but that's not much. It's only 12% anyway. Hey! Good job, Karen. Getting that 10% crit. Cool. Okay. I do need to keep her out of range until we can deal with it. Deal with the ballista. She probably has to fly down and take care of this one too. So maybe next turn I try to get her to like one of these tiles, anticipating killing that ballista next turn in 2 turns. And then Finn theoretically goes for the javelin on this ballista. Meanwhile, everyone else just keeps moving forward. Okay, yeah, 2 tiles south of Karen is safe. Which means 1 tile south of Karen is super safe. Oh yeah, and then reinforcements. So, do I just leave someone back here to deal with reinforcements, maybe? Like, there's no reason one person couldn't kill all these short bows, right? If they come one at a turn, then what are they gonna do? Okay, well, I guess that's it for this round. Did the music die again? My audio drive... Windows is just falling apart at the seams. Usually we get episodes in a row before one driver crash. Today, in like 40 minutes. Something's messed up. Alright, let's keep going. More reinforcements. So the knights that have already captured someone, they didn't even attack. Like, they didn't do anything. They didn't even move. That's strange. Capture. Well, this is not nice. Why are you attacking some unarmed man? Don't kill him. He doesn't deserve to die. There we go. Wait, did I... Why are you trying to kill this guy? I guess he might not have enough constitution to pick him up. Like I said, I don't know how the AI works. So that guy can do 0 damage? Pretty sure that said 10 attack versus 11